signs you might have mold in your house and it might be making you chronically sick. Hi, I'm Megan. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner and functional blood chemistry specialist. And if you're dealing with all kinds of chronic symptoms, and I'll get into some of these here in just a moment, and you just can't seem to heal, mold might be at the root cause of your symptoms. And here are a few signs and symptoms that it may be where you are living or working, and then I'll get into some physical symptoms. So if you see visible mold, it could be playing a role here. If you see condensation, especially condensation on the inside of windows or walls, that is often a really, really common sign that there's mold somewhere in where you are. If you see leaks or stains, especially like if you see like minor leaks or like water stains on different areas of a building, like that's a very telltale sign that there either has been a leak or there is currently a leak, and leaks often lead to mold growth. Mildewy or musty smells. If you've ever walked into a place and you're just like, oh, it smells a little damp, a little mildewy, musty, that's a common sign that there is mold, once again, somewhere, whether it may be visible or not. If you see paint, walls or ceiling that is like bubbling or really starting to peel, that's a sign that there's water underneath of that contributing to that, which once again, where there's water, there can be mold. And then water stains. If you just see like water stains, especially on ceilings, this is more common, but certainly on walls too. This can definitely happen. And if you also have a lot of chronic symptoms, and chronic symptoms of mold toxicity would be skin issues, rashes, hives, eczema, psoriasis, certainly acne sometimes, but rashes, hives, itching, and then flares of eczema and or psoriasis are really common. Nasal issues or chronic sinus issues. If you just like, you're always slightly congested, you always have a little bit of a sinus pressure or sinus headache, post-nasal drip just kind of all of the time, your sinus cavities are really inflamed all of the time and you can't seem to get them to calm down. Sensitivity to heat, the sun, smells, EMFs, large groups of people. And I'm not talking like one or two of these things. Like if you have most of these symptoms, this is when we need to look at mold issues. If you also are really sensitive to supplements and or medications, this is often a really common sign of mold toxicity. If you have gut issues that will not seem to go away, you've done many, many gut protocols, and just still they won't seem to go away, especially issues with candida. Candida and mold really, really go hand in hand here. If you have chronic hormone imbalances and you've done all kinds of hormone protocols, and same thing, anxiety and depression, mold really impacts your neurotransmitters, a lot of the nutrients that are required to make these neurotransmitters, but then also these neurotransmitter pathways. So we'll often see a lot of mental health struggles with this. Once again, not saying if you only have these issues, it's definitely mold, but if you have multiple of these symptoms, and especially if you notice any of those physical signs of mold, it is 100% worthwhile to get checked out for mold. If we're looking at mold in the house, usually we'll start with an ERMI test. It's not perfect, but it's a little bit cheaper than having a mold inspector come out. For the body, we personally use in our practice an organic acids test to look at mold inside of the body. And be sure to follow for more on how to heal for mold, testing for mold, and all things mold related healing.